What's up, everybody? Today we are test driving a Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend. And the first thing that I noticed the very first time I drove this car yesterday was I love the view out over the hood, which sounds maybe kind of stupid to some people, but to me that's a very important thing in a car, is how it looks when you look out over the hood. This has only got a 3-cylinder engine, but the way that the hood looks from the driver's seat, it's like, makes it seem like it's probably more powerful than maybe it is. Although it does have decent performance. I mean, it's a 3-cylinder turbo. It has 181 horsepower and an 8-speed automatic. And I've put a couple of hundred miles on it, and it doesn't really leave too much to be desired. You can get a more powerful engine if you go up to the Badlands. I'm not sure that I would consider that to be strictly necessary unless you have a serious lead foot, or if you're going to be hauling around a lot of people or heavy objects all the time, or going up steep hills all the time, then maybe. But if you're just kind of regular, driving around town, regular circumstances, I think the 3-cylinder probably has enough power. I like the fact that it's not overly pronounced, but at certain points, and I'll try to make it happen. I don't even know if the camera's microphone will pick it up, but at certain points you can hear the intake noise and you can hear the wastegate flutter from the turbo. It's faint, it's not super loud, but you can actually hear that it's a turbocharged engine if you know what you're listening to. I like that. Obviously, turbocharged engines have become ubiquitous in modern cars. And something that kind of annoys me about modern turbo engines is you wouldn't know it's a turbo by listening to it. They've taken all the turbo sounds out of it, and I like turbo sounds. So I'm happy that you at least get a little bit of that in the Bronco Sport. There goes a highway patrolman. I don't know what he's doing going up there, because that's not what you would consider a highway. Although per California state law, all public roads are highways. The ride on the Bronco Sport is, I would say it's firm-ish. It's comfortable, but it's on the firm side of comfortable, which suits me fine. I like that. There probably are smoother riding crossovers that you can get, but you know, this car really drives how it looks like it should, with the one caveat there being the handling, because it actually handles pretty well. And when you look at the Bronco Sport from the outside, it's not a huge vehicle, but it is kind of boxy and kind of tall, so you might think that you'd get some serious body lean in the turns, and you really don't get a whole lot of that. It's stable through the curves. Like I said, the ride is good. It's got a little bit of starch in it, but it's not uncomfortable and not unduly punishing or anything. Like I said, it drives the way that it looks like it should drive. And it feels very modern. This is a very modern design, and it feels like it. Very solid structure. USB A and C ports all over the place. Now let's see here. If you give it a little, had a little rev hang there. I'm trying to get it to make its little wastegate noise. I don't even, it's faint. I don't even know if the camera would pick it up, but it's there. So that's a cool feature to me anyway. A lot of people might not even notice it or just think that it's something weird, but I got excited when I heard it. I had an old Saab 9000 turbo back in the day, and the guy who owned it before me had put the Aero turbo in it, and so you could really, every time you shifted gear, it was great. But anyway, We are going to merge it onto the freeway. Accidentally got in the HOV lane there, but that's okay. I never ride alone. Jesus is with me. Now, we're gonna give it a little gas. See, look at that. I don't even have my foot all the way to the floor. That was probably maybe 65–70% throttle. And the little 3-cylinder turbo did a fine job. Got us right up to speed. Really genuinely no complaints at all about the power in the Ford Bronco Sport. Like I said, you know, if you feel like you want more power, you could get the Badlands, but if that's the only reason you're getting it, I don't know. I would take a serious look at the 3-cylinder, because you might be able to save yourself some money and a little bit of gas. I feel like I would be happy with this engine if I was going to buy one of these. And I don't know, for some reason I like the fact that it's a 3. It's different. I've never owned a car with a 3-cylinder, so they're becoming a little bit more common these days. For some reason, there's always traffic at this freeway interchange, and it makes no sense to me. Because it's 2 lanes to get on 55 south from 91 west, and this is the only place these 2 lanes go. But everybody always slows down for it, just to make sure. That right there is about 65 miles an hour if you want to get an idea for road noise. It's not too bad. I'm getting a little bit of tire noise at that speed, not too much wind noise. At a little bit higher speeds, the wind noise does start to come in. But overall, as far as the sound goes, I'd say it's as refined as it needs to be. Outward visibility is good. This one, being the Big Bend, does have the Bliss system, the blind spot information. So I've got the little orange lights that'll light up in the rear view mirrors. But yeah, overall, I would say that Ford has done a very nice job with the Bronco Sport. I think the styling looks great. The interior's decent. These aren't the greatest materials, but it works. It's meant to be a little bit more of a utilitarian vehicle. I appreciate the fact that 4-wheel drive is standard. I think that's cool. The seat's comfortable. Yeah, it pretty much does what you'd want it to do. Transmission's very agreeable. 8-speed automatic, snaps off the shifts. The steering is direct. Have you driven a Ford lately? Because if you haven't, you should, and maybe it should be a Bronco Sport, because it's a nice car to drive. And that's probably pretty much what I have to say about test driving this beautiful Bronco right now. I appreciate you watching my video. I will put a link to a full review that I did on this car in the description. And if you like the video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. And always drive safely with a GoPro strapped to your forehead when you're out on the highway. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.